What's up, guys? So, welcome to the Pump Pod. Like I have been talking about it on all my videos, me and Ricky are going to talk about many different things all around the gym. So, if it's nutrition or actually the workout itself, or how to train, or how much to train, and so on and so on. And this is the first episode of the Pump Pod. We are going to cover a few topics. I'm not sure where it's going to go yet. Ricky's going to start somewhere and we are going to go over it and we'll see where we end up. Ricky only has 30 minutes of time. So we are going to cover what we can. And the second episode is going to come at some point the week after this video drops. So make sure you like this video and subscribe for more. And let's just get right into it.
Yes, so I will start with the first thing I've got on my mind. I wanted to ask you, what were you thinking about fitness or bodybuilding in general 5 years ago, around where you started, and what were the mistakes you were doing or the things you were doing right?
Well, like you right down just said, I started about 5 years ago. I know that I got my gym membership in April 2022. But before that, I already worked out a bit at home, so I already had like kind of a starter pack when I first started. Um, I never really intended to get into bodybuilding. I started off in the gym because I was a bit chubbier than I wanted to be. I was bullied for it. People were picking on me. So at some point it was just too much. So I thought to myself, like, okay, it's enough. I'm gonna put an end to this. I started working out. I started eating less. My workouts consisted basically of ab workouts and push-ups. Some point I got a pull-up bar at home, so I started doing pull-ups too. That is why since the beginning my back and my chest are really good. And they are have been the best body parts of mine since. Um, I lost a lot of weight by doing methods that I would never recommend to anybody, which was just not eating. It's the worst thing you can do. So for anybody watching this and thinking, okay, how am I going to lose weight effectively and the quickest way possible? I'm going to tell you the quickest way is definitely to not eat, but it's definitely the unhealthiest way ever. Don't just stop eating. That's the worst thing you can do. Like really eat in a calorie deficit. I don't know, like depends on how like extreme you want to do your calorie deficit, but it's mostly going to be between 300 and 500 calories below your maintenance. That's what you want to aim for. Anything below is going to cause some muscle loss. Anything like between 0 and 300 is maybe not going to be enough, so you're not going to lose any weight like faster. So yeah, to get back to your question, what I thought about bodybuilding, I never thought anything about it. I saw influencers like Alex Eubank, Lex Little, David Lane, so on and so on. I was like, oh, these guys look good. But realistically, for me, at the spot where I was that back then, that was never attainable. Like I never thought like, okay, I want to look like them. Yeah, sure, in my dreams, I would have liked to look like them, but it was really just to get fitter, to look better, look skinnier. At the start, I wanted to look skinny like everyone else. Then I looked skinny and I didn't want to look skinny anymore. I wanted to get bigger. So I started to get bigger, got bulkier. I bulked up a lot for like 2 years. I gained a lot of weight, and that's actually when I started to get into more bodybuilding because I started doing poses at the gym and I started like having a look at what I ate and not just eating intuitively. I really tracked my food. I have been tracking for 4 years. I checked my fitness pal like 2 weeks ago and it said like happy 4 years or something. So I have been using my fitness pal to track my food for about 4 years now. Um, so like I would say 2 years into lifting, I got more on the path of bodybuilding. And since then, it's just been like the bulking cutting cycle. I've been on stage once in October 2023, bodybuilding, and I'm going to do the same thing again this year in October and September, um, because I just enjoy it. I enjoy pushing myself, and I never thought that I was going to end up here where I am right now. But I guess that's where you never know where life takes you. So I'm happy
Yeah,
where I
of
am.
course.
What
Hmm.
about you?
Yeah, I thought about fitness. a whole different level than now because I just wanted to get fit or just lose some weight because I was overweight. I was about 100 kilos on 1 meter 70. So I think that's 5'6", 5'7", I don't know. But yeah, I was severely overweight, especially for my age, around 13 or 14. And everybody was making fun of me because of that. So I wanted to change something. And then my mother allowed me to go to the gym. I went to the same gym as her, and I thought I could transform all the fat I have into muscle. So I was doing a whole lot of cardio, doing like 30 plus reps on the lat pull down and other exercises. And I was hoping to transform the body fat into muscle, which we know now isn't going to happen
Mm-hmm.
because it's not possible to transform fat into muscle. So yeah, I was thinking, yeah, if I just keep working hard enough and eating less, I will be big and shredded and everything, but it wasn't the case at all. I lost some weight, pretty much. I lost about around 30 kilos. So yeah, that was one goal achieved, but I did it in a very hard and wrong way, I would say, because I
Mm-hmm.
was eating about 500, 600 calories a day and doing about 2 hours of cardio daily. So, yeah, I was just draining my body with work and without fuel. So, after 4 months, I had the 30 kilos down and everything crashed after that. So I was thinking, okay, now I'm skinny. I have to bulk back up. And then I did a dirty bulk, about 5,000 calories. And then I became fat again. And the whole cycle repeated itself. So yeah, and then I started to do some research about what to actually eat and do in the fitness scene or in the bodybuilding scene. And then I started to get some knowledge and started training right. I changed the gyms, so I went from the casual gym to, I would say, a premium gym in Luxembourg. So I went from Basic Fit to Pain World, and that was a big upgrade. Not only because of the machines, but also because of the people and the environment we had there. It was just exceptional. It was like an old school bodybuilder gym with some pretty good machines, and there I learned everything about bodybuilding, and I became interested in bodybuilding, not only in fitness but also really bodybuilding. And then in 2024, I think it was March 2024, I started with our coach. So
Mm-hmm.
because we both have the same coach now, and then I became, I would say, a bodybuilder because I was living the lifestyle of a bodybuilder. So I was focused, meal prepping every day, tracking my calories, as you said. So I've been doing that now for around 2 years with a coach. I had a little break between this time without a coach because the financial situation wasn't the best, and having a coach is an expensive thing to have. So I started working, and now I'm pretty good with my financial situation right now, so I can have a coach. And I'm really thankful to have a coach now because he helps us a lot, I would say. And
Yeah, it
he
does.
taught us a lot about bodybuilding, how everything works. And I would say we made a lot of progress since being with him and since also being a coach as we both are right now, because we also learn with our clients that we have about how different the all the bodies are and how the different bodies are functioning or reacting on some kind of stuff like food. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
some people have digestive issues with potatoes and other don't, and you have to figure something out to get every every potential out of the clients. So you learn every day, even as a coach.
That's true.
So with all my transformation I've done, not only myself, but also with some clients of mine, I've learned a lot, and I would say I'm on my peak of knowledge right now, but I still have a lot to learn, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, that was a little bit of the journey.
Well, you said before that you thought that you could transform your fat into muscle. And I'm sure that many people, including myself, have thought the same thing or are still thinking the same thing. So do you mind explaining how fat loss works and how building muscle works? Because I'm sure there's people out there who want to know. You can take the fat loss, I can take the muscle building, or I can take the fat loss, you can take the muscle building.
Well, what do you prefer?
Okay, I'm just going to start off with how fat loss actually works. So the way you lose fat, this like by eating less than you are consuming, that's like the basic. Your body is starting to use the storage, which is stored in the fat cells. If you don't like, if you are in a calorie deficit, I need to think how I'm gonna formulate
Yeah,
this.
yeah, don't
But if
worry.
you are in a calorie deficit, then your body at some point will not have enough energy from carbs. So it goes and takes the energy that is left in the fat storages and it uses that. And at some point, it gets oxidized. And what you basically do when you lose fat is you breathe it out because oxidation means like it gets turned into oxygen at some point. So you can just literally breathe it out like I lost fat right now. Like it doesn't work that simple, but like that's the scientific thing behind it. You don't just like your fat doesn't just cut off. You cannot cut your fat. You cannot transform your fat. Like fat cells stay fat cells. They are like scientific term is adipose fat cells, and the adipose tissue does not just disappear. You have to, yes, you have to kind of transform it into oxygen so you can breathe it out, but you cannot transform fat cells into muscle cells. It does not work.
Yes, 100%. I have the same opinion than you. And in general, I would just say eat less than you burn,
Yeah.
and then you're good to go. But
And
watch
for
out
and for,
to get
and
the
for anyone
proteins.
who doesn't know how much they're eating, start tracking your calories. If you do not know how to track your calories, like feel free to send anything in the comments because I have a guide where I screen recorded my phone for about 7 minutes, which I can without an issue just send to you guys. So comments like calorie tracking in the comments below. I'm gonna send the video over to you so you can like learn how to count your calories in a really, really simple way. Like it is not that hard. You just need to get into it.
Yes. So I will continue with the muscle building part.
Mhm.
So I would say the muscle building part is a little bit harder than the fat burning part because the fat burning part you see progress every single day if you're doing it right, and that motivates you to keep going. And a fat loss is a lot shorter usually than a muscle building phase,
Mhm.
and it's way easier to destroy a house than to build a house. That's my
Well said.
take on this one. So what I'm trying to say with that is that building muscle takes years and years, and burning fat takes weeks to months. So what building muscle is um, by taking time under tension while working out. So what we're trying to do is we're putting some the weight on in the gym on our muscles, and we create some tension with it, with reps of course and a good execution. And with that our muscles are I wouldn't say they're getting micro tears in the muscle because nowadays we know it better, but I don't want to overcomplicate that topic. I just want to explain the the big like topic about building muscle in general.
Mhm.
So just go to the gym and use a good execution, train really hard. So you have to go to failure if you want to build muscle, because those 2 to 4 last reps before failure are the ones that build muscle because there are the reps with the most tension. So what do we know? Also tension. And of course, to regenerate from um, all this work in the gym, you have to eat properly, sleep properly, because the muscles are not built in the gym, but in bed and in the kitchen. So sleep enough, eat right, eat enough protein so your muscle can regenerate and rebuild themselves and get stronger.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think that was the general part
I
of
think
it.
that's the beginner friendly explanation on how to build muscle. Like if you guys are interested, you can do your own research. Like today we got ChatGPT, we got all those AI things. So you just text ChatGPT and you ask, explain me in a scientific way how to build muscle, and he's going to do that for you. We gave you the written way, the spoken way, the easy way. So basically, for anyone who's just trying to build muscle and not trying to be a pro bodybuilder, you do not need to know the precise explanation, the precise scientific explanation on how to build muscle. Like that is just not important.
No, I
But
think people just yeah, go on, go on.
this is just like the basics, and I think this is enough to know.
Yeah, yeah, in general. So what we're trying to say, a lot of people need to learn to train hard as fuck first before going into that scientific stuff and everything, or their fear of today is, oh no, I don't want to do too much or have too much fatigue. I've seen a lot of teenagers nowadays say, yeah, I'm only doing one set with two reps in reserve because I don't want the fatigue and everything.
Hmm.
Bro, when we were starting back then, we did like 12 sets of chest in a session. We didn't care about anything and weren't thinking about overtraining.
Now we were like
So
doing -3 reps in a reserve.
yeah, of course, force reps and everything, but we worked hard as fuck. And that I think that's the most important thing that
Hmm.
a lot of teenagers or beginners nowadays need to learn about bodybuilding and the fitness scene in general.
Exactly. Also, I like that you said training to failure. In my Instagram or TikTok videos, I always say that the most important thing about building muscle in the gym, of course, talking about in the gym, is going to failure. If you are
100%.
training 3 sets of 12 reps with whatever, three or even 1 rep in reserve, you can go harder and you should go harder. If you're training splits, we should get back to training split later. If your training
Yes.
split is well structured, you can go to failure on every set you do. Of course, don't do 5 sets of bench press and then 5 sets of pec deck and then 5 sets of incline. That's way too much. Like, don't just do stupid volume. You got to train still, again, with a split. You got to train smart and hard. If you're training smart already and you're not training hard, you could be training harder. And the harder you train with still keeping the logic in your mind, the better your results will be. Like reps in reserve, in my opinion, is the stupidest invention ever. Except if you're a powerlifter, that's a different thing, because then you cannot PR every single session. It doesn't work. I tried it. I was a powerlifter for about a year. You have to train with reps in reserve sometime. But as someone who's just purely trying to build muscle, reps in reserve are stupid. You're wasting your time. Like do
I
one more rep,
100%
two more
agree.
reps.
Yeah.
There's like 10 to 15 seconds of your life for better results. I think you have time to spare if you want better results to train those 2 reps. Like that's just my opinion. Don't leave reps in the reserve. Train to failure on every lift. Don't do too much, but train smart.
100% agree with that. Except if you're an IFBB pro, then don't listen to what we're saying because we're just trying to explain to the beginners or intermediate lifters what's important and what's not. So
Mhm.
if you're an IFBB pro, you can you can go eat some cream of rice.
No,
So
but
also with that topic, I wanted to ask you, um, what's the fitness advice you hate hearing people say nowadays?
Well, that's a good question. You put me on the spot there. A fitness question I hate.
No,
How
like
many? Okay, okay,
fitness
okay. I
a
got one.
fitness advice you hate hearing. Like maybe you see a personal trainer giving advice to a client and it's completely bullshit, and you're hearing that like,
I got one stupid question and the answer which relates to it. Like an answer which I get on a daily basis from either people seeing my Instagram stories or people new followers or whatever, or friends of mine or people I just see in the gym. Like, how many grams of protein should I eat? And my answer to this is I don't know. First of all, how am I supposed to know how many grams of proteins you're supposed to eat? Like, that depends from person to person. If you are starting off at the gym or you have been going to the gym for a year or two or three or even 10 years, like, you know, or you should know that proteins are not the only thing that matter. You need carbs too, you need fats too, you need your vitamins and you need your minerals. You need everything. And then I get the question, how many calories should I eat? Well, I don't know. Like, first of all, how many are you burning? What's your like maintenance? If you're trying to figure out your maintenance, go on any kind of calorie calculator app to get an idea. Try that for a week or two. See if you're making progress with that or not. If you are staying on the same weight and everything's like just staying the same, that's your maintenance. Then you go from there. Either you want to gain weight, so you put 300 calories or 400 above that. If you want to lose weight, you put 300 or 400 below that. Like, it's that simple. But I cannot answer your question. If you just ask me how much protein should I eat? I don't fucking know. Like,
yeah, of
I do
course.
not know. And for most people, I would say everything under 150 grams is not enough if you're trying to build muscle. As a man, women are different. I'm talking purely to men. Women, you can go lower, of course, because you need more fats as a woman than a man because of hormones and so on and so on. Like, different topic. Um, in proteins, at least 150, and I would not go over 250 because at some point your body is just gonna like excrete this as urine, and that's just a stupid calories. You don't need it. Then what you need is carbs for energy. Carbs are the only macronutrient which explicitly give you energy. Sure, proteins give you also some energy, but their first the role of proteins is not energy. The role of proteins is rebuilding and making things grow. So if you eat 600 grams of protein and you go to the gym, you will not have a good pump because your body is just working, working, working. You need carbs for energy and you need fats for all your immune system, hormones, health in general. You need fats. So guys, anyone watching this, stop asking anyone the question, how many grams of protein should I eat? Because no one knows. You got to figure it out. Don't go under this. Don't go under 150. Don't go over 250. That's like the fifth rule. And then what you told me first, like, is an advice from personal trainers. Same topic. You should eat one gram of protein per pound of body weight. Okay, right now I in pounds, or like, let's say two grams per kilo. I'm 80 kilos. So should I eat 160 grams of protein? On my level, I've been working out for, well, 4.5, 5 years almost. I don't think that for anyone on the level I am or where you are, that 160 grams of protein is going to be enough. Never. Like, me personally, anyone, like, don't copy this. No one should copy this. This is for me personally. I eat 235 grams of protein. And when anyone's going to be like, oh my God, what? That's so much. Yes, but 160 is not enough to, first of all, build more muscle. Second of all, keep the muscle I have. If I'd be eating 160 grams of proteins, I would be losing muscle. So that's another stupid advice because it always depends. Like, it depends from person to person. Like, if you have a skinny guy who's 15 years old and he just has bone and skin, I think even 100 grams of protein would be enough to get him bigger. If he's going to eat 200 grams of protein, first of all, he's going to puke it all out because he can't eat that much. If he is that skinny, he can't eat that much. It's physically not possible. So in this situation, maybe the 2 grams per kilogram is okay, but anything apart from that is just wrong. You can't just generalize a topic like that by just saying, okay, this is a FIS rule, 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. No, that's just wrong. Like, I don't know what your opinion about that is, but it depends from person to person. You can't just
Yeah.
generalize something like that.
Yeah, I have also about the same opinion as you, but that was already a little bit complicated for some of the people that are probably listening to this. So in general, if you don't have no idea what you're doing, get a coach, and then he will tell you what to do, what to eat, and you will see it's going to work every time if you have a good coach.
Hmm.
And my answer to my question would be the fitness advice that I hate hearing is people saying, um, yeah, you have to do this and this kind of cardio to burn the fat, or the fitness advice I hear a lot is if you drink this tea, you will lose all your belly fat and everything. Man, that all of that bullshit. A lot of people believe them, so I think that's the hard truth about it, and that's why I hate this advice. You can't just melt off body fat while drinking a fucking tea. So you have to put in the work, you have to be in a calorie deficit and everything. So I hate hearing some advice of like in this direction.
Yeah, there are no easy ways. I always say for myself and also for my clients, like it is not easy, but it's simple. Like, and I think that is completely true with most things in life. Like, if you want to lose fat and build muscle, you have the formula right in front of you. Start with eating less and moving more. And when you're leaner, you're gonna try to build muscle, start eating more and training harder. Like, it's that simple. It's not easy.
100%.
It's easier said than done because actually eating less when you are overweight is hard mentally. I know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. And I know that the people watching this know what I'm talking about. If you are fat or chubby or whatever you want to call it, and someone tells you to just eat less, it's not easy. You cannot just eat less.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing because you think that you have some kind of relationship with your food when in reality you should not have a relationship with your food. I think now that foods for anyone in this scene, like the bodybuilding scene, should be perceived as fuel and as a means to get to your goal. Food is not pleasure. Like food gets you where you want to be. You have to fuel your body correctly. If you have a car and you should have put some diesel in there and you start putting in whatever sunflower oil, do you think your car is going to work? No, like your car is going to die. You're gonna need to replace like the motors or something. Like I'm not that much of a car fan, but I'm sure that if you put sunflower oil in your car, it's not gonna work. Like
Yeah, we get what you're trying to say.
you need the right fuel so your car works. So if you have a human body, and in general, all human bodies are designed in the same way. Of course, there are exceptions, but in general, you like everybody is the same. So if you are going to eat fast foods, eat ice cream, eat whatever, like unhealthy things that are not meant to be put in our bodies, you will not fuel your body correctly. You will destroy your body at some point. And that's why so many obese people just die because of heart failure, liver failure, lung failure, whatever, like diseases, because they are nurturing their body in the wrong way. They cannot tolerate it. You need the right amount of food. You need good food, whole foods, real foods, whatever you want to call it. So it's simple, but it's not easy. Same thing with the gym. It's easy to say just go to the gym every day and train hard. That's like I just said it, it sounds really easy. But if you actually do it, if you actually show up every day, or if you have a rest day, you of course you don't show up. But if you actually show up, you actually train hard. You actually stay in the gym for an hour and a half, whatever, long you train. You go to failure in every single set. You start sweating, you start being out of breath. That's when it starts being hard. And that's when most people start quitting because they think, okay, I thought this was going to be easy. Maybe if I just stop, it's going to be easier next time. And they try again and try again and try again. And they fail every single time because it doesn't get easier. But it is simple. Like the formula is right in front of you. Eat healthy, move more. Done. It's low key is that simple. So that's my opinion about the entire thing.
Yeah, so also with the last question, what the question I hate hearing about from other people is how long will it take for me to have a six pack, or how long does it take for me to have a 20-inch biceps, or I don't know, every kind of question, how long, and then yes,
Hmm.
I hate hearing this question because how am I supposed to know how well your body is burning fat or building muscle if I don't even know you? So, first of all, I have to get to know you. And then, even then, I don't even know if you're putting in all the effort and putting in all the work you have to do to achieve your goals. And it varies from person to person. So, I would say it's almost impossible to say how long something will take for to achieve some kind of goal. So
Hmm.
stop asking about how long will it take. Just start and you will see how long it will take. Enjoy the journey and put in the work and you will see it's going to it's going to time is going to pass really fast if you put in the work, and you will hopefully you will enjoy it, so it will pass even faster, and then you will see. Stop asking question, can I get a six pack in 2 weeks? No, you cannot. If you're fat, you cannot.
Yeah. Let's stay at this as a finishing sentence, because we go both got places to be. But guys, if you enjoyed this episode, like I said at the beginning, make sure to like this video and stay tuned for the next one. I am not sure yet which topics we're going to cover in the next video. Today was more about fat loss and basics of muscle building. Not that much training, so I would say next time maybe we're going to talk more about training, how to work out, which splits to do, if splits are actually important. We'll see. Stay tuned, stay excited. Try to take the advice we just said. We are not just bullshitting you. We are actually speaking the truth. So yeah, I'd say that's it from us, and peace out.
Peace out.